If you're not following the Up and Adam crew on Twitter, get your life together. Get all the links on the Up and Adam show page on TwinCitiesNewsTalk.com.
Welcome back to Up and Adam. I'm Jack Tomczak. That's Andrew Lee.
Good morning, everybody.
And our show produced for the time being by a potato. Potato, you have to talk this time because we're videoing this segment for the YouTubes.
Fine. What does a potato sound like?
Just like that.
Okay.
Lump didn't get fired. Relax.
I do appreciate...
This whole thing started. She had to leave early. I'll go ahead and tell the story.
Before we tell that story, though, I do appreciate all the calls that we've been getting from people saying
Have you been getting a bunch?
Yes.
I bet, yeah.
I actually have been getting a bunch.
I've been getting a lot of angry emails because people think that I went on some power trip and just fired you.
No,
power trips across the hall.
Yeah.
People say that I am a fresh and important addition to the show.
Oh, that's cute and wrong, but cute.
Kind of like
You're not
attending
helping
your own
case,
funeral.
Andrew.
No, you had to leave early yesterday to go take a final.
Yes, it is finals week.
Yeah, you had to go take a final, so you had to leave the show a little bit early yesterday. Known in advance, pre-approved. Everything was it was all taken care of. But the first segment we come back, Jack came back from break and said the show formerly produced by Lump, and just sort of left it at that, which a lot of people reacted to thinking, Lump's not on the show anymore. What happened? Even people here in the office. Like I was out in the hallway after the show and got stopped by a couple people going, what happened to Sam? Where'd she go? And then a couple of listeners kind of turned it into a joke on Twitter yesterday. And then you started playing along with it. I started playing along with the joke. But some people didn't realize we were joking and got really, really mad.
Yeah.
That we fired Lump. We didn't fire Lump.
You put out a tweet that said, if this gets 5,000 retweets, I'll rehire Lump. And I think that's when everything took a downward spiral.
Less to do with what I said, more to do with the fact that you
Yeah, but the joke was like...
to rehire her.
We were like 4 hours into the joke by that point, and there were so many people playing along that I figured people would see the context of everything.
Yep.
But I underestimated, and that's not how Twitter works. You see one tweet, you don't see all the tweets that preceded it.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
But no,
I told Don...
You can stop sending me angry emails.
No,
Twitter
continue
handle
the
at
angry.
DFHJR586. Not to be confused with DFHJR587. To relax a little bit.
Yeah, that guy, I
Dial it
love
back.
you. That guy's very
That's
very
your stalker
angry.
now. Well done. Well done. Check out the video today at the at TwinCitiesNewsTalk.com at the Up and Adam blog. You will see that Lump is fine.
Lump is fine. She's
And
not
in
a potato.
control.
Well, I'm now a potato, so.
She's not a potato.
I
said I was going to replace her with a potato carving.
And then my joke was, you said a potato carving that looks like Lump.
Yeah.
And I quoted that tweet, and I said, that's going to be one hot potato.
You're really proud of that joke.
Hey.
You are way too proud of that joke.
I am rightfully proud of that joke.
it's cute.
And then since
That was hilarious.
we're recapping Twitter yesterday, then Andrew posted a picture of a potato that was carved to look like a woman, and I said, great tots. That was my great Twitter joke. Use hashtag TCNT. Follow me at Jack Tomczak.
Oh, you
and
people.
follow Andrew at Andrew Lee TCNT, and follow Potato at Sam Sansevier.
At potato.
At 8:40, we're going to get into an update on the bias response team from every dystopian novel and movie ever written.
Yep.
It's now reality.
Now
on college
reality.
campuses.
Yeah, they're
Now,
embracing it.
Let's do some elections bag.
Real quick election update for this segment. We'll start with a Trump story. Donald Trump yesterday clarified that he will release his tax returns once his audit is completed, not after the election. In an interview with the Associated Press, the presumptive GOP nominee said he would not release them before the November election, but then he kind of clarified that, and he tweeted, in the interview, I told them that my taxes were under routine audit and that I would release my tax returns when the audit is complete, not after the election. The tweet came shortly after Mitt Romney, who needs to go away.
Zip it,
I mean,
Mitt.
just stay out of this. Nobody cares.
You had your time twice.
I mean, I don't understand what he's hoping to accomplish by this, but Mitt Romney called Trump's refusal to release his taxes disqualifying.
That's not true
for the White House.
It is not.
There's nothing remotely disqualifying about it.
Do you remember what we learned?
And let's say Mitt's right. Let's say that the American people agreed with him. That, you know what, I could never vote for someone who won't let me peer into their taxes. Then what?
Yep.
He's the nominee, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, is the GOP just not going to run anybody at that point?
Well, do you remember
what do you want, Mitt?
What we learned from Al Gore's tax returns in 2000? Do you remember that? The tax returns from Al Gore? How much did he make? We don't learn anything.
Right.
It never matters.
Right.
Nobody remembers.
That's what you learned from Al Gore's.
Yeah.
The only piece of value that comes out of releasing tax returns, at least from what I've been able to see, is every once in a while you'll be able to shame a politician for not giving enough to charity.
Yeah, like Mark Dayton, who gave $1,000. We learned that.
But that's it.
Yeah.
And nobody cares.
No.
Nobody cares. This is just looking for opposition material, opposition research. That's the only reason they want tax returns released, is they are looking for something to attack a candidate for. You don't see this.
I'll come back later.
Nobody's demanding Hillary Clinton release her tax returns. Nobody's demanding Bernie Sanders release his tax returns. At least not with the volume that they're demanding Donald Trump release his. This is just a tactic that they use to attack candidates, and it's completely valueless.
Forgot my point. I got to write these things down when you go on a roll or tear like that. Oh, and why Mitt Romney is the worst person to be delivering this message, considering what might be in his tax returns. Huh? What might be? I heard he doesn't pay his taxes. When Mitt Romney got screwed over by Harry Reid for that thing in 2012, he should just zip it about tax returns. Don't be who attacked you last time. Just stay quiet.
Yeah,
you had your chance and you lost.
Stay out of it. A lot of speculation as to who Donald Trump will pick for vice presidential.
I think it's me.
His running mate.
Bernie Sanders.
It's going to be a potato.
Tater Trump.
Donald Trump said yesterday that former Arizona Governor Jan Brewer and Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin are both on his short list for running mate. Now, I don't know anything about Mary Fallin. I know nothing about Mary Fallin, but I lived in Arizona when Jan Brewer was governor.
Is she good on immigration? Is that what he's trying to do? Extra shore up that base?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but she was not a good governor.
Okay.
I lived there when she was governor. She was kind of a train wreck. She was kind of a train wreck as a governor, so that's not very. That doesn't inspire a lot of confidence for me that Jan Brewer is on his short list.
Well, oftentimes, they'll pick somebody who they need the state that they're from. George Bush did this with Wyoming. Needed those 3 electoral votes, so he picked Dick Cheney.
Yeah,
or they'll pick somebody who balances out something they're lacking. George Bush is young, looked at by many as at the time. Too inexperienced or too whatever to have that job. So he picks Dick Cheney, a Washington insider who knows the lay of the land and is older. If Donald Trump wanted to balance out his personality, he should pick a potato or a beige wall. Or a cinder block. Something.
A beige wall.
Something a little less animated and colorful.
In an interview with Fox News, on the record, Trump was asked about Brewer and said that Fallin was on the list. And this is Trump's quote. Well, also Jan. Jan's been fantastic. She has been so fantastic. I won so big. Her territory. We won so big.
Well, I'm convinced.
And she is a fabulous woman.
Okay.
That's his quote. I just read that verbatim. When asked whether Chris Christie is still in the running as a possible vice presidential pick, Trump declined to give a straight answer, opting to praise the New Jersey governor.
When does he ever give a straight answer to anything?
That's the beauty of Trump. That's the beauty of he couches everything in such a way that he can clarify it later and say, no, that's not what I meant. He said, I don't want to say in there, but he's helping me, and he was an early endorsement and a very enthusiastic one, and he's a friend of mine and a very good guy and a talented guy, and he's helping us a lot.
Now get on the plane and go home.
He said there were between 5 and 7 people. That would be 6 under consideration to be VP.
I was writing that down.
It's between 5 and 7.
Yeah.
So 6? Well,
Okay, you caught me.
And that he will make the announcement at the convention this summer. Usually the announcements are made before the convention, at least traditionally modern times. It'll be interesting to see if he waits and does it at the convention as part of the convention.
Heard Amy Klobuchar is on that list.
Of course she is.
I don't know what kind of of the traditional or typical politician would take this opportunity, would take this job. It's a wild card.
It is a wild card.
You know, it's your chance to be vice president, that's neat.
Often considered a stepping stone to the presidency.
Mm-hmm. But you are forever tying your political legacy, your name to Donald Trump, which is risky.
And if it doesn't go well in November,
you're done.
You're pretty much done.
Yeah.
So if you've got higher aspirations, it's a risky move. Mm-hmm. It's a risky career move.
You know, Paul Ryan's political career got to continue because Mitt Romney's not going to say anything embarrassing, and he lost. Those things are helpful. But even if Donald Trump were to lose, I don't know if his vice president politically survives this.
Yeah. A lot of variables there. A lot of it depends on how the campaign plays out. Mm-hmm. But I think generally speaking, yes, you're right. If Donald Trump goes on and he loses to Clinton, whoever is his running mate doesn't really have much of a political future.
Do you think, very seriously, is Sarah Palin on that list?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think Sarah Palin's on the list. I don't think Sarah Palin wants to be on that list.
I think she does.
I think she I saw an interview with her the other day where she basically said, I understand that.
Do it in the voice.
I would. I don't do a Sarah Palin impersonation.
Do you, Jack?
She basically said that she understands
trees for their oil.
She understands that she would be a drag on the ticket.
Oh.
So.
Self-aware.
Yeah, a little bit of self-awareness coming out of Palin there. So
I think
it's
going to be Bernie Sanders.
I think it should be.
I think that'd be hilarious.
I think it should be John Kasich.
Would he take that?
I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of reasons why that makes a lot of sense.
For now, I've not taken myself out of the running.
No, I am not either.
I don't know if I'm one of the six, but I'm not. I'll do it.
It's not very common for them to pick someone that they were running against in the primaries.
No, Obama did it.
Reagan did it.
Okay.
But I don't know historically how common that is or not.
Yeah, I can't think of too many. Those are the first two that pop into my mind.
Biden was, Biden,
Quayle was Dan Quayle wasn't running.
No.
Quayle.
No. Speaking of potato, there's a call back to the early 90s, late 80s.
Story out of thehill.com. The leaders of the House GOP effort to replace the Affordable Care Act will brief lawmakers at a closed-door meeting today before publicly releasing their plan in June. The meeting, which will be attended by Speaker Paul Ryan, marks the first time the task force will lay out a draft of its plan after months of conversations with members, according to a House GOP aide. The plan is expected to include numerous standard Republican health policy ideas, including a controversial proposal to cap the employer tax exclusion for health insurance. Democrats have long attacked Republicans for failing to come up with an alternative health care plan, which drives me absolutely insane.
There have been many.
Yeah, I know. There have been many, and we didn't need one before the Affordable Care Act got passed.
Yeah.
You came up with a terrible plan and then said, well, you got to come up with something to fix this.
Yeah, the Democrats don't consider your plan a plan unless it involves a massive federal bureaucracy. And that's not true. It's disingenuous. There are a lot of plans out there. And sometimes letting people make their own decisions is a good enough plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Letting the market work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let people buy products.
I want as few people in between my relationship with my doctor as possible, and that includes insurance companies, and that's damn sure includes government.
Well, the Democrats used to think that, too. How dare you get between a woman and her doctor? Now it's everybody. Let's get in here. Let's get in between these two people.
Yeah. All these 8, 9, 10 people have to get involved in that decision.
There could be some forms.
Yeah.
Democrats had their shot, and they screwed it up. And to want more of that is an idiocracy.
Tom Emmer on the show tomorrow. We will ask him about this meeting if he was a part of it today. So today there's going to be a briefing on the Republican plan to replace the Affordable Care Act. Should be interesting to see what comes out of that.
Let's just call it the Really Affordable Care Act and just end all of it.
The even more Affordable Care Act.
Give it a super dystopian Democrat name for it, and then just end it.
And
delete all.
And claim that it is going to fix racial equity.
Yeah.
It's going to address racial inequity.
Just ream of empty paper.
It doesn't actually have to, as we've learned. But as long as you claim that.
And it'll make kittens cuter. And name them Cutens. Cutens. Great tots.
A new poll has come out, shows that nearly half of Republican voters disapprove of Paul Ryan's performance as House Speaker so far. This is from public policy polling.
Okay.
Only 40% of GOP voters are happy with Ryan's stint as Speaker so far, while 44% disapprove.
It's my job to pay attention to this, and I've got no opinion on Paul Ryan as Speaker.
It's too early. It's too early.
I have no idea.
It's too early. And I will say that over and over and over again. Regardless of your opinion on Paul Ryan, the politician, as far as his job as Speaker, he's basically kind of took over mid-season from John Boehner, and he's still kind of dealing with things that have been put in place. It's just far too early.
Yeah.
He has not been given a fair chance as Speaker. Mm-hmm. Paul Ryan, the politician, you can have any opinion on you want, and he's got a track record that you can base that opinion on. But Paul Ryan as Speaker has not been there long enough to really be able to say, he's a failure or he's a wild success.
Yeah,
just not there yet.
We will have a better opportunity to judge Paul Ryan next year when he's president.
What a twist.
He's not running.
But what is interesting about this is we talked yesterday about the disapproval ratings for Donald Trump and how they're like the highest in history for any presidential candidate. And now we've got high disapproval ratings for Paul Ryan. Who do Republicans like?
Ooh. That's a good talker.
Of all the prominent politicians, and let's of all the so-called faces of the party, the prominent Republicans, the ones that are in positions of power or influence, the ones who really could affect some change in the party or on the national political landscape, whatever. I don't know who's popular anymore. Who do you like?
And we're so fragmented on the right. I don't know. I mean, who do you ask? The Tea Party likes Ted Cruz. Mm-hmm. Are those Republicans? There's a lot of different groups out there.
Libertarian types like Rand Paul.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
But who has? I'd be interested to see which Republicans actually have high approval ratings at this point. They're probably you probably count them on one hand.
Yeah. It's lump. All right.
It's all lump.
When we come back...
It's totally me. I should just be president.
We will find out how the University of Oregon's bias response team Thought Police project has worked out.